Hey, fifth grade.
Hey, fifth grade.
This is Miss Gibson, and I'm coming to you with writing for today. So, this is your first writing lesson of this time away from school. Okay. So, this is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do for our reading lessons and videos. So, the packet that you guys should be on says Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. And then, of course, this is for writing only. Okay. So, of course, I'm going to scroll down, make sure you're here, and make sure you're following along. So, I'll wait a little bit and make sure you guys have all the materials in front of you. You need Tuesday, April 7th, 2020, writing in front of you for today's writing lesson. Okay, so this is how writing is going to go. It's a little bit different than reading again. So you guys already read this text that you guys will be writing on yesterday. So you basically are doing the writing prompt for writing class today instead of doing the reading, the multiple choice, and the writing. So we want to make sure that you guys are zooming in and focusing on your writing and not rushing through and actually creating great pieces in art and works of essays. All right. So again, today, our focus for this lesson, we're going to be examining two different paragraphs that are responding to a text we've already read previously called Anansi and his visitor turtle. So this is review right now, okay? So we are going to read two paragraphs that respond to the exact same prompt. One will have a thesis that completely answers the prompt question
Hi, fifth grade.
and stays on topic, and the other will not do this. So, our job as readers will be to understand what makes an essay start off strong with a strong thesis and what doesn't work for starting off your essay strong. Okay? So, again, this is from the same prompt that we have previously read before. So, you guys all should understand what you're supposed to be answering. And then you're going to have two different samples that we're going to read through together. All right? So realize and whenever we're starting off our essays, we should always have a strong thesis statement that is directly answering our prompt. So as we were looking at past essays that you guys wrote last week and typed up, we are realizing that some of us are still not directly answering the prompt question. We are trying to input things that should not be there. Okay. So we're going to read through the two samples together and then we're going to think about which one is stronger and why. Okay, let's go to sample one first. So, Anansi tricks the turtle by inviting him for dinner. And when she says, Turtle, I must remind you that in my country it is ill mannered to come to the table without washing. Please go to the stream at the foot of the hill and wash your dusty paws. After Turtle went to go wash his hands, he came back and Anansi still said there was dirt on his paws. Okay, let's go to sample two. Anansi tricks Turtle when he sends him to go wash his hands twice so that he can have all the food to himself. Turtle tricks Anansi when he makes Anansi take off his jacket, which is the only thing keeping in the water. So realize again, we were supposed to answer for this prompt last week. Explain how Anansi tricks Turtle and how Turtle tricks Anansi. So you guys are going to think about what makes sample two stronger than sample one. So take some time to think. Pause the video if you need to reread samples one and two again and think about why sample two is stronger than sample one. Exactly. Sample two is stronger than sample one because sample two is directly and completely answering the prompt question and stays on topic. Okay. So I am directly answering this prompt. Explain how Anansi tricks Turtle and how Turtle tricks Anansi in the folktale. I have one sentence directly answering how Anansi is tricking Turtle. And then my second sentence is how Turtle is tricking Anansi. Okay? I am not inputting evidence in my thesis statement. I am just trying to answer my question to make sure that the paragraphs to follow have strong idea points where I'll be explaining how and why Anansi tricked Turtle and how Turtle tricked Anansi. Okay, so I'm directly answering the prompt here. I am not inputting evidence and going off topic. And I'm making sure that I am staying focused with what I'm trying to say when I'm directly answering this prompt. Now, This is not the end of your writing. Of course, you need to create a well-developed essay. So now, your independent work time, you're going to get started on the writing prompt for today that is connected to the passage we worked on yesterday. You're going to make sure to create a well-developed essay that includes a strong thesis that are directly answering the prompt in third person and stays on topic. So the text that you guys are going to do, again, is excerpt from Trading Places. The question that you guys need to focus on is explain how the mom's attitude changes over the course of the text and what the family does for this change. Realize there are two parts to this prompt. So you need to make sure that you are answering all of the pieces to this prompt without including any evidence. Okay. So your first paragraph should be that strong thesis statement that we were just working on in connection to this mini lesson we just had. And if you need any tips on how to create a strong thesis statement, you can always come back to this page. And of course, look at what makes a strong thesis that strong. So one will have a thesis that completely answers the prompt question and stays on topic. And then of course, you can never forget that it has to remain in third person. Okay, so there's no I think, we think, it is directly answering the prompt. And also another tip, you should not be starting off this thesis statement with any type of question work. So I should not see how, why, what, things like that. You should not be starting off with those types of question words. All right. So make sure you are typing up this essay in multiple paragraphs to answer this prompt question, making sure you're including evidence, analysis, which is multiple sentences, and of course, anything else you need to persuade us to explain how Lamont's attitude changes over the course of the text and what the family does for this change. All right? Happy writing.